Welcome to True Tempo. It is Tuesday once again, and I am playing Izzet Prowess, and this is very similar to what I've been playing in the last couple of months. Is it really months? At least many weeks. What I am trying out today is Silent Gravestone. That's the new one. I actually never played this card. It always seemed like it was bad at what it did in the metagame, but now I think it is very good. So this will shut down Oops All spells, just like Graphiticus Cage, but it will also shut down the new Painter deck, which is, well, Goblin Welder and Goblin Engineer, exchanging cards with the help of Surveillance Cam. So they have plenty of infinite combos with one of those welder effects and the cam. And that is, I mean, I haven't played against the deck yet, but I think it's really potent that they have such an easy route to. Basically, you can't let them untap with one of the welder effects, one welder engineer guys. So having this in play means that all of their oomph, all of their combo potential is diminished to, well, of course, they have cards that can kill Silent Gravestone, especially if they have Painter in play, they can Red Blast it. But barring that, it shuts down all of their combo potential. Um, and it is also good against their Agatha Soul Cauldron, targeting our deck, which is a nuisance. If they, I mean, usually they don't play a lot, but sometimes they play several, and so it protects our Delirium. It's also good against lands. It's just Life from the Loam. It does many things. It doesn't do anything to a card like Euro. Um, it has, it doesn't. It's not good against Dredge. Dredge sometimes plays this to protect their cards. But yeah, I think between Oops, Painter, the Reanimator deck is also being played, like Dimir Reanimator, and lands. I feel like this is quite nice. A thing that this card doesn't do, which Graphiticus Cage does, is interact with Green Sun's Zenith. But Cradle Control is pretty small in the metagame, so I think I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that getting a good card against two of the, or like three of the most played decks, Lands, Oops, and Painter at the moment. Who knows? Maybe Painter will drop off. It's hyped right now. I think like the numbers are high, but if it is very strong, it's gonna stay high. Oh yeah, this also stops Emery, so it's definitely worth it to bring at least one in that matchup just for Emery, um, like the Affinity matchup. The second line on the Gravestone, 4-tap, exile this artifact and all cards from all graveyards, draw a card. It's not very like relevant, but it can be a way of boosting a Murktide with a bunch, and who knows, maybe that'll come up. But it's definitely the first line that we're playing this card for. And yeah, otherwise it's the same stuff, so I won't go into that, but just go to the games. All right, round one, I won the die roll, and my opponent likes to play mono black aggro, but also painter in the past. Anyways, I have a great hand, so let's just go for Chandler. Chandler Cutter with Daze back up is nice. Who knows, maybe we'll waste and ponder. No, looks like mono black. Moon Shadow. Alright. I am not gonna Daze it. Um, I'm looking to bounce or bowl that card at some point. They can have like a Street Wraith to surprise me. This is actually the first time I'm playing against this. Yeah, so they can have a Street Wraith and get me. Um, hmm. And that's the only card, I think. So for 1 damage, I can take that risk. Here's a bolt. Okay, nice. I'm gonna keep that. I actually don't want to attack. I feel like that 1 point of damage compared to losing my Chandler is not worth it. Yeah. They have Bowmaster. Okay, that's a nice Daze target. The best one in town. And we still have that bolt that we like. So, okay. Moonshadow is now officially too big. And we're looking for a boomerang, or just racing it. But yeah, this is gonna be scary for sure. Gonna lead on Ponder. See if I can find something else. Then I don't want to force. Then a bolt to trigger cutter. Huh. It's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, I mean, see if we can Storm Chase, get Delirium, hopefully. No. Wastelands are getting sideboarded out for sure. And if they have a Bowmaster, I'm gonna be very sad. Gonna put a stop in my upkeep so I can potentially bolt to fix my draw if my Chandler survives. Yeah, this Moonshadow is big. I mean, maybe I can block it with 2 creatures at some point, but I need them to slow down a bit. Yeah, the turn 1 Moonshadow is awesome. Okay, well, that's fine. That's better than a Bowmaster. I mean, Shelter's Edict on Chandler. Now I have no reason to upkeep Bolt. I really need to draw something, and a bounce spell would be ideal. Because once this is small at this point in the game, I think it's going to be easy to handle. But it's, yeah, basically game if I don't draw like cantrip or bounce. Alright, like, I need to get aggressive. I need to look for stuff. I'm not dead in one swing, so let's see. Let's see. I mean, it is going to be close, but we need something from the top, I think. Or, for instance, that they don't have Paragraph. That's going to be tough to beat because we're attacking on the ground mostly. Daze, that is not going to cut it. So I'm fine attacking now and potentially blocking with 2 creatures next turn. 2 tokens. So in that context, I can still get in for some damage next turn. Some like 5 damage. Even though I'm holding back 2 creatures. That's a world where they have nothing. Let's see, maybe they have a push here. Okay, they go for the Chandler still. I mean, if they don't have a Baraglyph, this is quite threatening. But I guess any jump blocker might be good enough. If I don't find cantrip, they have the Baraglyph. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not. They're not making it easy on us for sure. But if we find cantrip into bounce, you know, we're gonna win. So it's fine. I'm optimistic. Or just bounce directly, but depends on if they attack. Yeah, of course. It's also pretty obvious that I'm gonna fetch for Surveil here. So them killing the Chandler meant that they wouldn't die to a bolt, just flying with Chandler and a bolt. Or maybe equipping Cutter to Chandler and playing two spells. Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Sweet, sweet Boomerang Basics. You gotta love it, right? I certainly love it. Let's see if they accept their fate. They do. All right. So mono black, aggressive Baragorth Bowmaster deck. Probably a tough matchup. When you say it like that. I want more bounce. And to be honest, we don't have much in the way of improvement. Like I feel like Pyroclasm might be okay, but it's really a small window beyond. But they probably play Voidwalker and the Bowmaster. It's definitely potential, but I'm also fine playing Daze and Force against the Baraglyph and beating those cards like that. On the stack, Wastelands are very bad. They do cast the Cutter, but that's it. I think I'm just gonna cut 2 and yeah, I only had 1 card to put in. That's it. That's right. Well, then I'm just playing 1 Park Lesson. See if I like that opens the door to having a great card, and like the Wastelands are so bad, so it's not much of a risk. Maybe I should play the second one. If they show me Voidwalker, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Keeping, and I think I'm just playing Island Stormchaser's talent here. And pondering later. Oof, all the cutters. Don't want to get wasted. I'm not dazing a push, but I am dazing a 2-drop. Most of the time. Yeah, okay. They got me. Here's the Wasteland. Chains. That's a good one. Gonna Daze so I can ponder. That's a good one. Alright. Happy to draw a force here. For like a Bergoyf, especially. If I can land a cutter and start playing magic from there, then I'm doing pretty good. I just say go. Huh. Like I don't really want to get wasted. Actually, I'm just gonna say go. I want to draw that second land and play Cutter Chandler. Then I have then I'm doing something. If I just play Cutter and I get wasted, then I'm not doing anything. So maybe they're on a Bowmaster. Like just waiting. Guess that's pretty likely. They don't have Bergoyf yet. So it's a good question if I should force. I don't think that I'm forcing Bowmaster, to be honest. Yeah, here it is. So they'll shoot here. They'll double waste. Okay, I changed my mind. Because some Murktide is not doing anything. Like there's a real risk that I'm just gonna be drawing and doing nothing. This gives me Surveil and another Bowmaster. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do want that. I am pretty cold, to say the least, to Bergoyf, but there are other cards I'm decently set up to beat. Just by, having cutters. They don't want him, I understand. Uh-oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you have to be ahead on board to beat Bergoyf. And not ready to concede, but it's close. How do I? Think I'm gonna I don't want them getting creatures. And I can, with all my cutters, I can do a lot of damage real fast. So I think that's what I should go for. But this is gonna be very tough. Don't want a Daze for sure. I mean, that's okay. I hope that they'll play something pre-combat, so I can bounce the Berghoif and they won't be able to play it. That's not likely. So what's the best draw here? I guess I should turn off auto heals so they're afraid of Daze. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna concede. I've had enough. Even though I'm not technically dead. I'm almost technically dead. Alright, on the play. They play a lot of... Like, they play some bad 2-drops on the draw, I'd say. Hymns and Chains. I'm not changing anything. One Pyroclasm, I'm fine with. Yeah, they had that. We didn't have an amazing hand. Yeah, keep, and this is gonna be just Surveil land, turn to cut a Bauble. Maybe I'm gonna actually Brainstorm instead, to not get, like, have Brainstorm. I don't want to get Wastelanded though, so I'm gonna play the Delta. But yeah, I'm gonna Brainstorm so that Bowmaster doesn't lock me down. I don't have a lot of bad cards to play. So this Moonshadow, how do I want to deal with that? Like, I could Pyroclasm. Okay, nice. I have a bounce ready. So now I'm just gonna shuffle this Pyroclasm. Don't think it's gonna be good. Like, the odds are low that it's good. I have a very fine opening here, like first turns of this game. See if it's good enough. Bowmaster is weak. Edict is definitely not very impressive. And I can play a Murktide plus Storm Chasers next turn. No, that's not true. I can bounce and Murktide as it stands. Double Murktide is not awesome. See how deep they go on the Moonshadow. Maybe, well, Hymn-Tutoric would be good here. That would definitely annoy the composition of my hand. But it could also just be a waste of time, depending on how. Okay. Never played against that one. Nice. It's for both of us, but of course I have more non-creature spells. 2/2 first strike. Yeah. 2/2 first strike is not bad. So Moonshadow is not very strong. So I'm not like, I don't really want to take 4. I feel like this card between blocking and dealing me damage is going to be better for them than Moonshadow. So I think I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, they have the Edict for Murktide, so they can get rid of that one easily. Maybe shouldn't prioritize that. So what if I go for Storm Chaser Boomerang and well, maybe them playing Edict is not very bad because that means that they just have a really bad board and I'm progressing my board every turn. So if I play Boomerang Murktide now, I attack for 5. They Edict, and then I go Talent Bauble. What if I go instead Talent Boomerang, spending my mana a bit better and making Edict worse, but that means that they're probably going to play this, which is actually kind of a nuisance. So I think it's fine bouncing this one. Could have played the Bauble, but I want to make sure I have a cutter trigger this next turn. Wasteland, sure. They must be playing Edict, right? Yeah. It's kind of forced. And is this on blocking duty as a 3/3? Maybe. But if I draw a cantrip, it's gonna be tough for them to block. Let's see how they evaluate the race. Yeah. Okay. They say go. Awesome. Awesome indeed. So let's start by brainstorming. Alright. I think next turn. This turn I am playing. If I play Talent Bauble, I can play Cutter Talent next turn, binning Murktide. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm gonna draw. Play this. right, let's see how they block. Okay, they have a snuff out. It's fine. It's a painful card against Prowess. I'm a bit afraid of Bowmaster. I don't really need the card, so I think I'm gonna wait on the Bauble. Don't want to give them a Bowmaster window here. So they can play a 2/2 first striker we know of. And that's what they do. Okay, they might have a push. Now we can Bauble, of course. But yeah, double cutter is gonna be quite tough for them to beat, I think. Even though I'm taking some damage. Oh, these triggers. Yeah. Yeah. All right. They had enough. Sweet. We got there. See you for round 2. All right. Round 2. Actually, this is round 3. I had to concede round 2 to handle some family stuff, but no worries. So this is going to be a 4-rounder. And my opponent is probably on Doomsday. Yeah. Just thinking about what they had on Goldfish. So, I mean, I have a Force of Will, I have Brainstorm, all good, right? And I want to check out their list, because if it matters if they play Daze or not. It looks like they play 3 days the last time. Like this hand, I don't have to be soft to Daze, so I'm not gonna let myself. Like I could play Thundering Falls. That's the point. Play Thundering Falls and hmm. How sure am I that they're playing Doomsday? I'm pretty sure. People who play Doomsday, they don't change, right? And I don't really want a Wasteland against Doomsday. I want creatures and forces. Even a Bolt is okay if they play a Tameo, but a Wasteland is not. It's not sure to be a live card. Okay, they play a Wasteland. That's fine. We have plenty of lands. Like Doomsday. Let me just check. Okay, I might be. Well, either they're playing Tempo Doomsday now, or they're just not playing Doomsday. That's possible. I'm still gonna hold up mana. This Thundering Falls can wait. All right, Dimir is in the house. Let's see if they been something, but like Dimir Doomsday and Dimir whatever looks so much alike that it's difficult to learn anything. I don't think they're gonna Daze with their Undercity Sewers, and so I'm gonna just brainstorm now, because if I find a Wasteland, I am actually gonna waste them. Okay, I don't. I can get rid of some lands, and so now it's I don't want to play. Now I have aggressive things to do. don't want to play too scared, so I'm gonna play the talent. They could be on Dimir tempo, and I'm just facing a Bowmaster now. Or they are playing Doomsday with Bowmaster. These things are all quite possible. I certainly don't hope to face a Bowmaster on this turn. I would hate to. Okay, I would hate to force that, but I would also hate to lose my Otter token. If they are on Doomsday, that's pretty important that I can start attacking their life total. Like, let's say, like Doomsday math. Once they're at like 14, if they play Doomsday, they have to win on the same turn, I think. All right, sweet. So, I can lead on. I feel like leading on Ponder. But I can also. I think I'm gonna lead on Bauble just to be a bit to learn about their deck. It matters quite a lot. If I can find out which archetype. Okay, they have a Baragorth coming up. That's good to know. That's a card I want to force or bounce. So now, like, I'm interested in a Wasteland. And still, they can have Dark Ritual. Huh. Do I really want this? Do I really want this? Another force. I guess that's okay. And then develop. I guess that's okay. Like the Baragorth has to. Like we might have a battle over the Baragorth. In that case, it's not bad having two Force of Wills. And yeah, I don't mind. Like if they just spend their turn cantripping, then I'll. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I think they're gonna play the Baragorth. No, okay. They want to play around Daze. That's cool. I think this Boomerang Basic is gonna be very good. So Wasteland is definitely something I'm interested in. Let's see if they have a Bowmaster here. That's a reason to not play. Okay. So I can force this. It's gonna kill my Otter token. No, actually, I'll just bold it. Yeah, I'll just let it get into play and then I bold it. Yeah, that's what's up. The simple line. I was thinking about brainstorming in response, but that's not necessary. So now they have a blocker, which is a reason to not overdo my spells here. I like a Wasteland. Well, I don't hate just drawing a land and a brainstorm next turn, actually. Then I'll still be able to play around Daze and then I'll get rid of the Thundering Falls. Yeah. on my turn, assuming they play a land in Baragorth, I'm not gonna force it. I'm just gonna bounce and save force for later, basically. That way they spend their time playing it again and again. But it feels like they're going for Doomsday instead when they, or maybe they just feel like they can wait a turn. That's totally fine by me. Now they have a Bowmaster. So I can brainstorm in response. How bad is it that they have this in play? This feels like Dimir tempo, by the way, with all of these creatures and the Wasteland. What if I force? I think that's okay. I need to keep up the pressure. And I have a fine brainstorm on top that I'll lose if I fetch brainstorm. So what, a push? Just a ponder, okay. They shuffle. So, like, let's see what brainstorm can find. Like, waste days is also something that might be good. Okay. Well, get rid of a few lands, waste them, and yeah, I have to. Let's see. Yeah, I can do it like this. I have to save this Boomerang Basics. I feel like. Do I think they have a Daze and are they willing to play it? I don't think so. I actually. Well, this is a good question. Do I think they're gonna Daze? And what's the risk? I think I don't want to take that risk. It's like I can get a Surveil land here and play the Chandler, but then if they Daze me and just play the Baragorth, I lose a lot of my aggressive potential. This is gonna really go down to the wire. But if I find a blue card or another bounce, then I think we're doing pretty good. There's also still not playing into Daze. That's very careful, very careful. Maybe a bit too careful. Doomsday is dangerous. Okay. Maybe they feel they can still wait. They have a push. Okay, they can wait. They certainly can wait. And a Tameo. Okay, this is a bit much. Okay, that's a good draw for sure. Good thing about playing aggressive, like having an aggressive deck against Tameo, is that in this case, even if they have a brainstorm, we can just attack Tameo. So I don't think that Tameo is a big headache for Izzet. I am 3 minutes behind on the clock. That's also It's a thing. And what is also a thing is that they're gonna play that Baragorf pretty soon. If they have a force, okay. Like I wonder if they shuffled or something. Like I'm surprised that they're not playing it. Maybe all of this is better. I mean, this is good. I can't force here, right? But if I just let this happen, I feel like I'm losing if I let it happen. Yeah, it's painful. This is definitely a case of me getting grinded out. I never felt like I had the luxury of. Let's see, what can I get here? I can get like a Storm Chasers. I can get a Ponder. I think that's the best one. I never felt like I had the luxury of bouncing my Storm Chasers talent, which would have gotten me further. Because yeah, they every turn of for the last 3 or 4 turns they could have played Baragorf and didn't do it. They presented other issues. All right, the Wastelands. And I had to force 2 times? No, just once. No, 2 times. And that hurts a lot. Alright, let's find a bounce spell. That is not a bounce spell. Alright. We can find a bolt to trade. That is not any of what I want, any of the cards that I want. Well, I think this is over. I could make a bluff attack, but I think that they're happily trading with this one and a bolt, even if I have the bolt. So I think they're blocking, in which case I just get got. So that's not awesome. I think I have to hope that they don't hit anything here, so I can preserve some attacking potential. They hit a Brazen, which is not nothing. Can bounce and block. Are they gonna do it now? If I were them, I would do it now. Snuff out. Okay. Yeah, I'm toast. All right. Well, I mistakenly thought they were on Doomsday, but I don't know if that changed much. So this is the most played deck. We have to be able to beat it, and I think we can. So this is my usual plan. I have been wondering if I should keep in like 2 Force of Wills to have just a bit more in the tempo department to answer Baragorf. The thing is that it's a grindy matchup, and what I would be removing would be like Wasteland. don't... Yeah, maybe on the draw, but not on the play. Not on the play. I think I'll try it on the draw. Removing a couple of Wastelands for fossil fuels. I think that's defensible. Yeah. Nice one. If we have a Bauble, it's almost perfect. We have Daze for Bowmaster, and just Cutter is very good against them. It's tough for them to deal with a Resolve turn 2 Cutter. It's basically Barragoyf that they need. That's pretty often the answer. Barragoyf. Their answer, our headache. I'm gonna crack that nut. I feel like I'm pretty close, but it's okay, that's fine. I don't want to fight over a 1-drop. Yeah, I mean, we could develop Wasteland. So if you draw a second one, but yeah, I don't hate that. We can only Daze once, but I think that's fine. And then we don't, then we have a fetch to spare. Of course, they can have Hydroblast, but I'm not sure that they can really afford to play a lot of Hydroblasts in the current metagame. We don't really see a lot of Izzet. We see some Painter. We don't see a lot of Red Stompy. I think it's all in all. A time of, like, if I was playing Dimir, I wouldn't be playing Hydroblast. I would think that I could beat Izzet without it. But who knows? Okay. That is that's gonna be good later on. I think I'm just gonna like, I'm not gonna make any tokens this turn unless I have to Daze, of course. I don't see that happening. Maybe they have a Hydroblast. Could be the case. They have a Force. I could double Daze. How do I feel about that? I think that's fine. And then I'm wasting them. I like it. The double Daze is like Force of Will when you don't have spells that get delayed. Let's see what they can dig up here. Bowmaster is fine. Explosive. Okay, that's scary. That is very good. We can bounce that. And I think we have to do that. Huh. We can bounce, or we can let them have their way. Huh. If we bounce, I'm attacking for 3. And then they play it again. And then I might get double spell. Yeah, I'm okay with that. once again, if they have a Vargoyf on time, then they will get us. Okay, that was not the case. So once I get, if I can double spell here and I have a lot of tokens, then I don't mind them spending 2 mana to destroy the cutters. I do need to draw a 1-drop to make that happen. You put 1 card on top. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Do I like that? I don't think so. I feel like I want to find cantrips, cantrips or bounce. I think I'm winning against everything but Baragorf. And I don't think that I am cracking the Bauble yet. I don't want to give them an easy Bowmaster turn if I can avoid it. This is a pretty cool game. Kind of the dynamics of cutter and explosives. It's interesting how, like, how Baragorf stabilizes so good. If it didn't have lifelink, or if we could remove lifelink from the card, I think we'd win a lot of games. But it's not like the cards that do that. They're a bit too weak. Like Sulfuric Vortex or something like that. I feel like it's, well, I thought about it, but I don't really believe in it. Let's try a couple of forces and cut some wastelands on the draw. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, we had a really good on the play hand. Yeah, well, I'm keeping this Thundering Falls is a bit annoying for sure. But we have like, okay, we have stuff, good stuff to do. All right, well, when am I bobbling is a question. I think I'm bobbling just now. Might as well do it right away then. And I'm playing Storm Chaser's Talent. Doing it now because of Bowmaster, because I don't have any real synergies with it. Like this, making this one bigger, but that's it. I don't think that's good enough. I could get an island here just so I don't get wasted. I think that's okay. Just to, because I have lands. I'm gonna hit my red, but I'd like to be able to play several spells next turn. They are thinking about a Daze, I think. And I'll be dazing a Bowmaster for sure. Even though I'm not happy to do that under a Tamio attacking, such as life. they say go. So what does that mean? Well, I think it's time to grind with this. If they have a Bowmaster, I'll Daze. I kind of have to play. I have to get somewhere. I can't just be afraid of Baragorth. Like, I have to grind some value. Alright. I think they're just gonna draw a card. They're gonna Daze. Okay, that's fine. And then they're gonna draw a card. Or maybe push. Okay. Like, in a sense, I think I like that. Like, if I were in their shoes, I kind of like just trading cards and drawing, like trading days. But they are coming behind, getting behind on the like mana wise, which means that my days is gonna be good later in the game. So from my perspective, it's not the worst either. They have a push. Okay, such is life. I'd like to find a bolt, so this Tamia nonsense can stop. That's not bad. It's a small one, but still. It's a small one, but still. Let's play that one and then Storm Chaser's Talent. That will give them something to worry about. Hopefully. If they Daze, I'm pretty happy. They do. Wow. Because all of their answers to Murktide cost 2. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, I was a bit quick that I said okay to that brainstorm, but yeah, I wouldn't Daze it because I can attack. I can find a bowl. I can do stuff. My Daze is here to protect Murktide, I think. I think that is good. And now, yeah, they got rid of a card. They ponder, but that means I can Wasteland them, keep them down, which is pretty cool. I can ponder at the same time and develop more threats, hopefully. So I like where this is going. Okay, so now I can do several things. Boomerang I can save for later. Let's ponder first. Bunch of cantrips. I mean, that's okay. I think I am. Am I wasting and bouncing the Timio? And then just drawing? Because then I can start attacking them. I think that's good. Otherwise, it's like I can't ignore it because they'll get a card back. Could ponder now. Maybe that's fine. I'm gonna wait. I want to. On the other hand, they already spent 2 days. I shouldn't be afraid of days. Actually, I should just dig. Yeah. All right. So I'll put it like that. I'll draw. Well, I'll draw Chandler, and then I can get rid of a land with Brainstorm. Very good. That's fine. They can jump if they want to. I'm gonna start with this. What do I need in the bin? Creature or no, actually instant. I need just a Brainstorm. Okay, so let's see. I can draw a land. I can potentially surveil both of them. Let's think. I'm gonna attack for 4. I don't think they're jumping. Then they're at 7. I'm just gonna, like, I might. Do I want to give them the chance to jump though? What if I bounce and attack and they play a Barragoyf? I Daze it. If they force. Well, the thing is, I'm flying. So I'll have lethal. Yeah, I actually think it's okay to just keep them off of. Plus, if they have a Brainstorm, they can like take away my lethal. I'm gonna put a stop in the upkeep, by the way, so I can get rid of the second land. Another Timio, that's fine. And if they have a push, that's kind of ideal. I'm gonna bolt this. I guess if they have a Brainstorm, that's bad. Well, it's not that bad because then they can't block. I think that's fine. Okay, they concede. Sweet. Well, see you for the next one. Alright, this is gonna be a fun one. I'm against Killer Bee. They always make crazy combo decks. They play first. And I think they're on a Hexing Squelcher kind of combo deck for sure. This hand is bad against what I think they're doing. Let me just check their latest deck. Basically, very scary. A lot of cards that I'll have to read. And are they playing Ursa Saga? They are, of course. Huh. So what am I mulliganing to? Just Force of Will, Bolt, just a better. I have too many lands here. I'm gonna have to mulligan. See, that's perfect because I have Force, I have a Threat, I have a Bolt, and I have a Wasteland. Do need to get rid of a card. It's gonna be a fetch land. because I don't need to. All right, Saga is here. And some baubles, but they'll hold. I'm just gonna wasteland them and hope they don't have any more sagas. They saw a Misty, so I should play that one next. Uh-oh, second saga. Whoops. And they saw this one. I'm gonna keep that in hand. Let's get aggressive. See if they have an ancient tomb or some other way to make saga tokens. They do. Defense grid. So they want the defense grid more than they want a saga token. I have to force and hope that I can find more interaction. I don't have to force, but I think it's the right call. So I can have later fossil fuels be relevant. They have 5 cards. Now I'm gonna have Delirium. So I can dig. If I start with Bauble, then I'm gonna see 5 cards. If it's a bad one, of the surveil triggers. And if I start with Ponder, I'm gonna see less cards, but I can get rid of one of the Ponder cards. I am looking for. Thing is, I'm looking for Force and a blue card. Force and a blue card. Huh. I guess I have. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Let me just think about this for a sec. Yeah, I think so. After just thinking for a sec off camera, I think it's best seeing 5 cards. I have to, like, finding the blue card should be easy, but what's difficult is finding the force. So I need to see the most cards to have a shot at that. Mox Opal coming up. That's not blue card nor force. Daze. Daze is something. Do believe in Daze. Like there is also just gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack to 15. Face down. Kind of scary token actually. Might have to pull that one if they make a token. Gonna take the Daze and believe that 1 Chandler is good enough. Oh yeah. So do I want a threat here? No, I'm gonna fetch. But I want to keep up bolts because that can be pretty crucial. Instead of drawing a creature. Okay, Ponder, that's good-ish. They just make a mana. Okay. LED, defense grid, and then what? Daze. Will Daze do anything? Will Daze do anything? So where are they going? LED Echo of Aeons, maybe? Yeah, I think it's an Echo of Aeons line. There's nothing I can really do about that. If they have it, I can steal 1 mana. But I can also draw lands. Yeah, I'm gonna Daze. Maybe it does something. But they can also just ignore. It's tough. I don't know. It's very tough. Do I want this? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna bolt in response. Because damage can matter. Okay, do your worst. Do your worst. Boomerang Basics, alright. Upping the storm count. Gamble for Echo. And nothing? Okay. I mean, they could have gone for it, but I guess they feel like they have the time. So they want more mana or something? Wasteland is, I mean, it takes them off mana. It's one of the few kind of levers I have. So I'm attacking to 7, wasting. That means that I'm gonna have a bolt on top. It means that Agent Tomb is dangerous to use. What is this? When this enters, mill 2 cards, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Okay. And level 2, return up to 2 target artifact cards from your graveyard to your hand. Alright. They mill Grapeshot Gamble. And at the moment, well, they can use LED to get back LED. Yeah, that makes a lot of mana. This is this is gonna be pretty. Wow. Killer Bee, that's so good at finding these quirky cards that are broken with LED and other cards from the shell. Those machines. Which this is a turtles card? Okay. Is this in the last list I saw? Nope, it ain't. So they still have to like they're making a lot of mana. They do have an Ox of Agonis here. They can draw some cards. They have Echo. But as far as I can see, what's the late? There's a third one as well. Beginning, put 3. Okay, so they can make a. They can build a robot, make it bigger at the beginning of combat. That's not what's gonna kill me. They draw 3. They have this Grave Shot, which is what? Okay, what does this do? Discard draw, make non-creatures smaller, and then if a source you control would deal non-combat damage. Okay, so that makes Grape Shot at low storm, like just a if they get to class 3, then a Grape Shot is lethal. That's what's up. So can they play? They have no way to play this Grape Shot as it stands with these cards. No. It's really cool how in Magic you can have so much. You can attack the game from so many different ways and still interact with each other more or less. I mean, maybe the same goes for other card games. Good, well designed card games. Okay, so now this can go back to hand, which is good. But is it very important at the moment? I don't know. They have 2 echoes. They can really, well, the first one will shuffle away the second one. They're doing so many things, but like they're building Storm. So if they have a Grape Shot, that's gonna be good enough. The next spell, if it's a Grape Shot, is lethal. Quantum Riddler, okay. The things are happening. I'm just waiting to see if I'm dead at the end of the rainbow. I mean, I don't think it's what's the word? A sure thing. But maybe I'm missing something in there. Maybe this is the engine that will. Huh. Now we have something that deals damage. The spell bomb. That's interesting. I just want to see what happens. I don't feel completely dead yet, even though maybe connoisseurs will know that I am absolutely dead. You gotta love clicking to play a deck like this. So much clicking. I guess it's the joyous part for them. Making the puzzle work. So I guess I should think about how to sideboard with all this looking. Pyroblast on Echo is a thing. Also Pyroblast on Dust Machines is a thing. Force of Negation, of course. Consign. A Braid on Defense Grid. They play some amount of Hexing Squelcher, but a low amount. Okay, Echo. They draw a bunch of cards. Okay, Grape Shot. I am dead. I am very dead. So yeah, we have plenty of relevant sideboard cards, and them just having a few Hexing Squelchers is annoying, but yeah. Consign for sure. Force of Negation for sure. A Braid. I mean, yeah, it's a way to interact with both of their Squelcher and Defense Grid pieces. Pyroblast. This does nothing, I believe. Yeah, it might do something, but I don't think it does anything really. Hydroblast for gamble and other stuff. So against combo, the first package I cut is this one. We get Delirium easily, but even without baubles. I could cut a bolt. I have 3. I have some braids. Don't want to cut more though, which is pretty painful. I can cut a Murktide and a Thundering Falls and call it a day. Sorry about the cough. So let's see. That won't do. And this will. What do I not like here? Double Daze. Second Daze, I guess. Now it's a shame we don't have the Surveil land. I think that is the weakest land. I mean, it's the riskier one. If you only have one land, you want it to be able to play these cards instead of being a Surveil land in a quick matchup like this, I think. And the Wastelands we need for Saga. Pyroblast might not be good, but it's. I think we need it to be good, basically. Keep and get back. Keep. Is there some lag here? Keep. Okay. Consign is for LEDs and defense grids in particular. When am I brainstorming? Maybe on my turn. Don't think I'm doing it end of turn. It's a bit risky. Okay, maybe I'm consigning the second. But the thing is, I think their Saga is especially just a way to tutor up LED. Yeah, I'm taking my turn. Do I fetch now? No, I don't fetch now. Okay. So now I can brainstorm. Interested in a Wasteland. This is also good. This is also good. So, I can easily just lose to the Saga tokens, which is a pain. Maybe with this hand, I think Pyroblast is the riskier. Could be the second Daze, but I think Pyroblast is the card that is potentially dead. I mean, it could be Consign, but I can also use Consign to counter the fetching ability of Saga, the third chapter. Let's see if they have the tomb. Oh, like, yeah, they do. Okay, that is sweet. I am going for this so they don't get an LED. Now they just have a small creature, that's okay. I'm not trading. But yeah, they have a bunch of cheap mana in the deck, so at some point I might have to deal with the construct token. We can bounce it if it gets big. They are thinking thinking about how they can get me. My hand is decent towards surviving a turn. If they have a Squelcher, machines 1 mana up. Draw 2, discard 2. Do I double Daze this? This is gonna give them card advantage. It's gonna get, like, they can get an Echo in the bin with this card. Don't like it. I think I'm gonna force of negate, pitch Consign. I mean, Daze is not awesome here, but maybe I pitch with a Daze because Consign can be pretty clutch on an LED. Another one. I don't want another one. I want Delirium. And I want to counter that with Replicate. Why not? Don't want that. Pedal, yeah. And Grape Shot. Okay. So now they are going aggressive on my life total, on my... So let's see. Here, me, Chandler, me, 2 on Chandler. Okay. They have 3 cards, and I'd like to draw a Murktide. Please. Wasteland. I mean, I'm not wasting something that's not a saga here, I think. But I'm playing it. I'm playing it because if they play a Saga, they won't get the mana, because I can Wasteland with the trigger on the stack. So that means that if their only land drop is a Saga, I can guarantee that they don't get that extra mana. I can easily die to this construct token. They play like one or two artifacts these next turns. And I have a lot of kind of stack interaction. I have no like cutters. And I cut one Murktide. Defense grids, sure. That's an artifact. Different game than the other one, for sure. That's quite good, because I am losing to this card, and I'm not interested in taking any more damage. And my play is the same. I'm basically hoping that, banking on them to have nothing in particular going on. Okay, Parrot Spellbomb. It's fine. Play my land so I can Daze. Might be relevant, of course. Alright, here is the threat. They draw a card, okay. Does this do anything? I think I am holding it for now. Although if they run like Echo of the Aeons, it's better to have the land in play for sure. Another defense grids, okay. More threats. Should I put it in Pyroclasm? This one, okay. That can get back good stuff next turn. I have a hard time seeing how I win. Like I need a Murktide would help here. But yeah, this is just a slow and grueling elimination of me. I feel like I have so many bad draws. Now they can like Spellbomb and Bauble, or just Bauble. Okay, go for mana. Yeah. Do they have an Echo? They have a gamble for Echo. Okay. I should I turn off auto heals? Let's see. Thing is, no, yeah, I can cast absolutely nothing. But okay, Arcs of Agonis, they didn't go for Echo. I understand. All right. I am so dead because with the ward and yeah, I bounce, I go to 3, they attack. GG's. Okay, got destroyed. See you for the last one. Alright, last round, and my opponent might be on a kind of Hogaak deck, black-green Hogaak. I have to mulligan regardless. That is fine. I am on the draw. Think I'm gonna get rid of the force. And hope that Daze is good enough. Could also get rid of Thundering Falls. I just want to check if they play Wasteland. They do. I'm gonna get rid of force. Mulliganing and forcing is tough. Oh yeah, Stitches Supplier. An awesome card. They play Super Shredder. Okay, it's an aggressive deck. Here's the force. I need to fly and fly fast, I think. That's a good one to have in the graveyard. And a Moon Shadow coming up. Alright. So they're gonna waste me afterwards. That means that if I force, they're gonna waste me, and then I have Delirium, and I can waste them, and I don't hate that. And this is also opens the door to Hogaak, so I don't hate it. Am I pitching the Daze or the Ponder? Maybe I'm pitching the Ponder actually. I think the Daze is gonna be good if the game is gonna go as I think it is. Let's get rid of that. Yep. Okay. They don't want this to die. So like a Moon Shadow now is not scary, I think. That's just a Beseiju. That's not very scary. What would be scary? A Fatal Push? Guess they don't have. Let's see. I don't want that. I like a second land so I can play Murktide. But I assume they don't have a Bayou. But maybe. But no, they would have played Moon Shadow for sure. So I guess they don't have any more lands. Maybe Wastelands. No, no more lands. You saying there's a chance? I mean, there's a great chance, especially if we draw a land here. Bolts, I mean, not bad. I think I'm bolting them end of turn just to hit a land, like to have a better chance of hitting a land. Really hope I don't have to Daze. Okay. Might be bolting that one. Might be dazing that one. That Hogaak, which is coming. Don't want that. Hogaak is gone. Now I'm gonna bold here so they don't continue to play Magic. Hopefully. Don't want that. Alright, alright. Lands. Wasteland. Do I believe in that? I guess I should believe in that. I mean, should be better than... Okay, that's enough. They did not believe. Like, I assume they do play push and so on. I'm just gonna check their latest list. 3 fatal push. 1 more in the board. Some edicts, but basically a bunch of creatures, including bowmasters and whites. Yeah. Reclaimers, Moonshadow, Stitcher. Like, bounce is really nice with Hogaak. 3 Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. Yeah, I want my Pyroclasms for sure. And yet another kind of the doing things off the graveyard where Silent Gravestone doesn't do anything. But it's okay because it's like I can handle like what they're doing is not much. It's just playing a Hogaak from time to time. Brazen is pretty good. So on the draw, I feel like Daze is very bad. Dun, dun, dun. Is there anything I want here? I don't think so. So yeah, that's a decent setup. I am lacking a card because I bought it in 3 cards only. Just 1 Daze then. Sure. I mean, this is presumably a tough matchup, but anyone could lose to Wastelands and Dazes. That's a nice one. In the sense that both their turn 1 play, Cutter turn 2, and then Murktide to catch up. Yep, that's a fine one to bolt. Could wait. To let them. So the thing is, I don't want to get. I don't want to get wastelanded. Let's see how do I think they're gonna play the next turn. I think they're gonna fetch, and then I'm gonna bolt, and that will be totally fine. I'm just holding up, like waiting on the Chandler. I don't want to get Bowmastered, and it's nice to have a play with Cutter later. That's completely cool with me. I'm taking 1. That's fine. Okay, they have a Bowmaster here. So, what do I prioritize? I guess I wanna just get the Moonshadow off the table so I can use my mana basically. And they are waiting. I'm just gonna. They might have Abrupt Decay. It's like possible. But or maybe Besedu. But well, let's see. Bowmaster. Do I ignore this? Or do I force this? I think I can ignore this. actually. And a moon shadow. I think I can also ignore that. What am I forcing? Like Hogaaks and whites? I'm more afraid of white. I really don't think this is. This is how does this? So this can be a bit scary. So what if I force here? Then I can play Chandler Murktide next turn. I think I'm gonna do that instead. That's a nice little combo. Like this can grow Moonshadow with a bunch. Now it's gonna grow a bit, but it's not that much, not that scary, I think. My Chandler will be a small one, of course, but yeah, I'm just interested in getting Cutter activated here. Like it's not the fact that I have no gas makes this not very impressive, of course. But the flyer is pretty good against, like the dragon is good against their deck. And I want to attack here. I want to trade for sure. I'm at 12. They have maybe just like the big deal breaker is if they have removal from Murktide. If they don't, I think I'm ahead. If they do, I'm losing. Bowmaster is okay. Still just have a small attack. Pyroclasm would be nice. Murktide. Okay. So I can attack for 6 here. And it's like 3-turn clock. They attack with at least 5. It's not a very nice. It's not a nice clock for sure. Am I just taking 2 a turn? I mean, I'm losing pretty fast as well when I'm only at 10. That is tough. But yeah, I feel like I have to be aggressive and hope for good tap decks, basically. Took too much damage early on. And is it meaningful to equip here? I think so, but yeah, it does make their attacks worse. At least mentally, or like it will feel worse to attack with Bowmaster. I think they should do it just to like boost the Moon Shadow. Is totally fine. Just push all the damage they can. But maybe they won't do that. Okay. So I need what? Some magic to happen. That ain't it. That ain't it. Okay. Yeah, Pyroclasm is good against them, that's for sure. On the play, I think I'm going back to Daze instead of Force. More Dazes and less Forces. I don't want to braid, I don't think so. Alright, let's get this last one. Well, we have this Pyroclasm that we think is good, that I think is good. And a Ponder, let's keep. We can bounce a quick Hogaak. And I guess I don't mind getting wasted. Yeah, these are good cards. What do I prefer to get discarded? Maybe the Chandler. See if I can set it up to have a Delirious Chandler and then a Pyroclasm. They have Endurance. Ooh, scary. So I can waste. I think I'm just wasting and playing Chandler here. So I don't get Bowmastered, basically. Gives me more time to find Delirium or Daze. Okay, that is dead. Let's make some lands into spells, or not. Ugh. I can hope that Wasteland is a good strategy against them. Or I can... I think I should wait. I have Pyroclasm to catch up. I want to draw some better cards. And Wasteland later. Alright. Yep. They have... Well, they have cards. Is this the time? I think it's the time to Pyroclasm. Pyroclasm Waste sets them... Like, they have a full graveyard, but only a forest, so... Seems decent. Seems decent. Maybe they're gonna Endurance me if they're afraid of Murktide. I'm happily keeping that one. So they're gonna mill a bunch of cards, but it doesn't feel like their deck is playing from the graveyard beyond Hogaak. Let's see what they mill. Yeah, just some fair cards, basically. Feels like I'm quite ahead now in like raw numbers. Sure, that is cool with me and nothing. Okay, a cutter is a sweet. Let's see, how do I do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna develop my my fetch, because yeah, I don't know. I might want to like ideally play a lot of spells next turn. Wasteland doesn't do that. It's not necessarily doing anything on their side of the battlefield. Okay, they concede. They don't have any more gas, and they concede to the cutter. Okay, sweet. Well, thank you for watching. Just gonna do a short closing thoughts. So Silent Gravestone unfortunately didn't get called into action. So to be seen if the numbers of the decks that it targets are high enough. So this is basically worse against Cradle, worse against a card like Exhume. When I'm playing against Echo of Aeons, I'm not boarding in Surgical Extraction. If I had Graphic Cage, that would be a thing. There's by the way, an obvious thing to do would be to split the cards, because one of each. It's in many matchups, like in some matchups, it's just a nice one-off. Against Cradle, I'm happy just having one cage. And sorry, against Painter, I'd be happy having just one Gravestone, maybe. I don't know. But that's an obvious possibility. Yeah, and beyond that, the hunt for improving the matchup against Dimir goes on. And next week I have a good idea, but well, catch me next week and see what it is. Maybe I'll work on it a bit before doing it. So who knows where I end up. But yeah, Izzet continues. I'm happy for the time being. And thank you for watching. And by the way, thank you to the Patreon subscribers. I launched my Patreon last week, and a handful of people decided to subscribe, and that's really awesome. And I'm writing my thoughts there when I have some techie ideas, and if people have sideboard advice they're looking for, I'm happy to give my 2 cents in our chat. And yeah, it's a really cool beginning to that new chapter of mine. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next week.